Okay, I'm just getting the live stream sorted out. Shouldn't take too long. Check the volume levels as well. So volume levels are looking good. Okay, I've gone and recalibrated the head tracking after the issues I had the other day, and it's looking a lot more stable, which is great. So let's go first of all check. Actually, you can check in the aircraft rather than looking in the simulator, can't we? How much fuel we've got. So as soon as we put the power on, we should find out we've got full tanks. Hurrah! We'll put the alternator on as well, and the anti-collision lights, and the fuel pump. And we will go rich mixture, crack open the throttle, and we have an engine, and we'll raise up to 1000 RPM just to warm up and have a look over at the temperatures over there and the pressures. And yeah, oil temperature is slowly rising, which is good. Okay, we're going to turn the various radio kit on. So we've already got this panel on. Actually, we're not going to bother with... Oh, I guess we could do some nav stuff later, but... what else do we need to think about? Remove the chocks, tie downs, pitot covers. I always forget to do that before the engine. Oh, that is such a small click spot. It's quite amusing. Okay, I'm going to try and pull the laptop with the live stream more into my field of view so I can see it without... Whenever I look down into that corner, I'm actually looking at a laptop screen to see what the live stream commenters are saying. It's quite amusing, really. I'll take my glasses off. Okay, how's the airplane doing? Yeah, it's looking good. So we put some lights on. It's quite dull outside. So let's have a look at the wind. We are at Alderney Airport, so we're going to go for runway 08 then, so we'll go and backtrack down. I think the only thing that lets this scenery down is this repeating pattern on the taxiway. Of course, this is where somebody tells me that it looks exactly like that. Oh, something's loading in. Okay, we need to be careful when we turn around here because there's quite a slope either side of the runway. So I don't want to go too close to the edge. Okay, should we do a run-up test just for a bit of fun? Even though it's a simulator and nothing's going to go wrong, hopefully. So we've got 1800 RPM. We lose 100 RPM and then no movement between left and right. Very good. What about the carburetor heat's fine. And calibrate the altimeter before we get in the air. Just remembered to do that. Got a bit of a crosswind going on. Look at it leap into the air. That's quite amusing when it does that. Let me just scoot forwards a little bit so we don't get the encroaching. Okay, back to 75% RPM. Start trimming the airplane out for cruise. We're not going to go very high. We're going to do a tour of the island to begin with. So this is Alderney. We've got the live weather on. It's actually quite a nice day. It's a little bit cloudy, a bit windy, but it's all right. Within limits, let's put it that way. So I've got the seafront simulations add-on for the sea traffic, so we should see boats in harbours and things like that, hopefully. Let's go and descend a little bit. I don't want to go too fast in the descent. Go and have a look at the lighthouse and the castle. So those that know the area will have to forgive me a little bit, because I don't. So we're coming up to the harbour here, and Bray Beach apparently. And a fort. So let's just come out this way so we can see the boats. I've seen several people commenting about not being able to move the rudders on this aeroplane. I have no idea why. I've not had an issue with it myself. So as you can see, mine works absolutely fine, and it always has done. So I have no idea why people are having that issue. I'm sorry if I can't help you. So as far as I'm aware, I'm just reading the comments there about the wind effect on the Tomahawk. the reason it was in development for so long is they did a lot of work with real Tomahawk pilots and instructors to get the flight model right. So if it's doing something, it's probably because the real thing behaves like that. Of course, never having signed one myself, I can't say. I always find it amusing how people are a world of authority online when they've never sat foot in the thing. It's like all the people that turned out saying the Tornado was wrong. There's very, very few of them were actually RAF pilots or navigators. Let's loop back round. Before we leave Alderney behind, let's go and have an approach in this crosswind to see how it behaves. So is that a bit of rain out there? I think it might be. Of course, I've not seen this in rain yet. I don't know if it's going to run over the canopy nicely. I haven't got a clue yet. Okay, how's our speed? Yep, we're good for the flaps. So we're just going to go for a touch and go, just to see how it behaves. Okay, we're pretty much on glide slope now. Just looking at the VASI lights over there. Oh, I'm getting a bit slow and low. Suddenly started to sink then. But that would be the headwind going down over the curve of the land, pulling us with it. You need to be careful of that. Gone a bit long, stayed high. That's fine for a touch and go. I just want to see how it feels. It's bouncing around. Obviously the wind is coming over this edge of the island and unsettling the aeroplane a little bit. It's not a consistent breeze. So let's have a look at this stalling. I'm just going to get out over the sea so we've got a bit more altitude. So I have been experimenting with this myself. So if we've got no flaps at the moment, and this is important, and we're into a headwind, remember. So we've got about an 8 knot headwind. So I'm going to cut the throttle, hold the plane level, so it should stall about, yeah, so the stall warning kicked in about 10 knots, oh no, about 8 knots below the end of the arc there, which accounts for the headwind. Although that, no it doesn't, no, obviously because we're experiencing the wind already. So this is not speed over the ground, or yeah, okay. So it's about 5 knots or so out on the arc by the look of it. Let's try that again. So we're at the end of the arc at 50 knots or 49 knots now. Feeding in backstick. So yeah, about 5 knots inside the arc before the stall warning kicked in. So aileron control goes balmy at load speeds during finals, probably because the wing's on the edge of stalling. The Tomahawk is kind of famous. I was reading about this. They added aerodynamic devices to the wings during its life. I don't know if this version's got them. That might be... yeah, I'm not sure. Because the earlier versions of the Tomahawk, I'm not sure how they differed, were much more unstable at low speed. It may be they've not modelled... this might be the unstable model for all I know. Okay. So let's head on over to Guernsey. So we'll do this by VOR navigation. And you can see over here, you can show information for the VOR at Guernsey 109.4 we want to tune in. Okay, so... oh, we have to make it active, don't we? I need to wake up today, don't I? And then we can spin this around the other way. Actually, no, I was going the right way. 2. We're just waiting for the marker to pop up there. There we go. So we want about 220 degrees, which is the direction we are flying. Obviously, we can see Guernsey in the distance, but it's just nice to have the instrument correlate with what we're doing. Okay, let's stop climbing now. Let the airplane gather some speed. So say goodbye to Alderney. See now, Graham the Baron in the comments has said this is a boring learner plane. I find it anything but, because the challenges just change. So flying an accurate coordinated turn on a 2-minute timer, or doing an ascending turn or a descending turn accurately, or doing any of the basic airmanship tests in a plane like this and doing them well is kind of the challenge. Or I think so anyway. I think we're going to run into that rain in a moment, aren't we? So yeah, doing stalls and spins and controlling them accurately and well is the challenge. I mean, the same is kind of true of the fast jets in a way. The challenge with them, if there's levels and levels of airmanship. If you go and watch some of the XRAF fighter pilots demonstrating the way that the real things are flown, it's all about management of speed and time and getting to a waypoint at the exact moment you planned to. And there's a whole nother level to it that they take it to. That's not just controlling the airplane, it's being where you said you were going to be when you said you were going to be. Okay, let's go and run into this rain on purpose. we've got the VOR, so we can always navigate via that. I just want to see what the rain looks like on the canopy. So we'll keep an eye on the instruments now, because we are going to lose visibility. Get a little bit of speed up and trim the aeroplane for level flight. Okay, so at 3,000 feet, probably trim the mixture back a bit. It helps if you use the right lever. So yeah, just looking at Trilander Adventures comment about the radio. Yes, it shows you the radial you're on. It's very good. I've never seen that on an instrument. It's obviously a very specific piece of hardware they're simulating, and they've simulated it really well. So we will be going to Guernsey eventually. We're just heading towards this rain to go and have a look at it. Of course, the rain will probably dissipate by the time we get to it. It should be being blown towards us, though, if you think about it. And the weather's just changed. Oh no, it's back again. It can't make its mind up. It's right on the edge of raining, isn't it? Probably is starting to break up, and the simulator's going to remove it soon. Sod's law that we won't get there in time to see it. Oh, we're starting to get bits of rain on the canopy now. Just spots. Okay, into the rain we go. Still not that heavy. Okay, let's go and turn back towards the way we're supposed to be going. Okay, so we're heading towards Guernsey now. Let's go and have a look. See, that was our wander off towards the rainstorms here somewhere. Or storm, it's not really, it's just a patch of light rain by the look of it, but and a cloud. So I guess the interesting thing about Guernsey is there's also this little island called Brecquo, I think that's how you pronounce it, and there's a castle and an airstrip on his lawn. It's only a 500-foot airstrip though, so there's no hope of putting this plane down on it. But if you've got one of the short takeoff landing aircraft, it's a good challenge. Okay, let's start descending. Ah, Brecquo. There we go. So Trilander Adventures is from the Channel Islands. Actually, that makes sense with your name now, because yeah, they fly the Trilanders out here, don't they? And the Islanders as well. Should we put our landing lights on so we can be seen at least? I think we probably need the pitot heat on as well. I don't think it's that cold today, but... So we've got temperature inside. Actually, it's fine, isn't it? It's nearly 30 degrees. So we probably don't need the pitot heat at all. Outside air temperature is... yeah, saying that, look. It's not very good at all. It's in centigrade though. So you have to remember that. So it's about 7. Oh no, that's 10, so it's about 4. It's nice and toasty in here though. Hello, is that? Oh, that's the hours, sorry. Where's the... Have we got a temperature gauge internally then? I don't think we have actually. We've only got that outdoor one. To be honest, it would surprise me. It's only a little trainer, so if you're cold, you put a jumper on. Yeah, if those clouds are coming this way, we're going to get wet in a minute anyway. So, Bosset Marina, Bosset, sorry, Marina. It's quite a narrow entrance there, isn't it? Wouldn't like to go through that in rough water, or rough seas. Okay, so we're coming up along the coast, so we're going to be going past the beach house in a moment, which I'm guessing there's this one down here on the beach. And then the next bay, does it give it a name on the map? Probably not. No. Seems like some sort of yacht race going on. So we'll go around the edge of Guernsey, and we'll do a touch and go at the airport. Hopefully the weather won't have got here by then. Now, have I got the fuel on automatic? I can't remember. It looks like it maybe not, because we've used quite a lot of the left tank, so we'll switch to the right tank while we think of it. Oh, something else to think about. The fuel pump doesn't need to be on while we're cruising along. It's interesting, this little window works. It's quite noisy outside and windy. About 1,500 feet, which is fine. Where's that rain? Still a little way away. The rain's hit Alderney now. Is that, actually no, that's not Alderney, is it? It's the mainland. Or is it Jersey? No, we're seeing Jersey in the distance. Possibly. Just trying to think. Yeah, that'd be the tip of Jersey. So we are going to get pelted with rain very soon. You can see it coming towards us across the sea. All those holiday makers on that ship are going to get wet in a minute. So, Perel, Fort Samaras, is that the place we can see down here? Actually no, it's saying that it's off of this wing. I love the way they do the textures continuing on underneath the water. So I guess if we're going to do this touch and go and try and do it before the rain gets here, we ought to turn in now and do it. It's a huge airport here at Guernsey, so we could probably land 3 times in its length. Being thrown around by a little bit of turbulence, as you can see. Hopefully it'll be a bit smoother over the runway. Yeah, it's smoothed out now, look. It was just those trees and houses were causing the air to become a little bit unsteady. Didn't get enough rudder in time, but we can see I'm struggling against the wind a little bit. Back into the air. We're looking for about 70 knots for optimum climb speed apparently with the PA38. You can see the wind now, look. If we straighten up, we're being pushed. Okay, so Jersey 11220. $120, which we are doing. So somewhere out there. Okay, so that's Brecquo then, or Brecquo, sorry, that we're seeing over there. I thought that was Brecquo though. So, hey, this makes no sense to me. Oh, we're seeing both islands, I guess, yeah. Anyway, let's focus. We'll climb up to 3,000 feet, I guess. Because this is going to get a bit hairy, I think, in this rain. Don't think we get distance measuring in this aircraft, but it's not a huge problem. That's 2,500 feet. That's coming up to 3,000 feet, and then we'll cut the throttle back. Okay. When will we see Jersey? That's the question. So I've gone off a little bit to the right, so we'll cut left a bit. Put ourselves on an intercept course for our radial. Try and get the airplane trimmed, which is a fool's errand in this sort of weather, but we'll try. Right, first person to see Jersey gets bragging rights, because we're going to go zero visibility. Here comes the rain. So I'm going to be watching instruments for the next few minutes. Still trying to climb. It's quite disconcerting, really. It's always a bit odd when you can't see the ground, and you can still just about see the ground at the moment, but we're nearly zero visibility. Let's just get rid of these couple of 100 feet to get down to 3,000 again. Of course, as we try and descend, we accelerate, generates more lift, and we end up climbing again. It's quite amusing, really. It just happened. This plane is so sensitive to lift, or to speed versus pitch. There's a boat down there in the murk. Oh, we're being pelted with rain at the moment. Properly pelted. Oh, we're going to end up landing via ILS at Jersey, aren't we? You can see this happening. So 1103, oh no, which was the wind? So if we were to turn 177 and then 11090, this would be good fun, wouldn't it? So once we get this set up, obviously I'm going to look at the map to do this. We'll get this flying in a straight line. So we wanted 11090 and 83 degrees. Right, so we fly 180 degrees. We want to get to 2,500 feet. It's a shame we haven't got Nav 2 operational. If we remember 83 degrees, I guess we can always use this to know... Oh no, we can't, we'd have to have a VOR. Oh, we can switch it back though, can't we? So when this gets nearer to being 80 degrees, or sorry, 90 and then 80 degrees, if that makes sense, we'll be in line with the runway. Or sorry, in line with where the VOR is. Where is it? It's in line with the runway, but further away. Yeah, so if we just keep adjusting this, when we get in the ballpark, we can turn towards the airport a bit, and then put ourselves on an intercept course. So 2,500 feet to intercept the ILS at the maximum range of the ILS would be good, and then just fly it in. Obviously we have to change this over to the ILS frequency, but we're using at the moment the VOR station to get our lateral location to the runway. Getting there. So we're just measuring this the bearing of the VOR to us, and it's coming round to the right sort of direction. So then if we switch over to ILS now and put this back to 83 degrees, I think the omni-bearing selector probably doesn't mean anything as far as the ILS is concerned. So they're saying we're off to the left, which is true, but we can turn a bit now. We are below the ILS, the glide slope at the moment. So we'll turn a bit more. We'll put ourselves on like a 45 degree intercept, knowing that we've got to turn to 83. We'll keep our speed up for the moment. So we should see in a little while the CDI come sweeping in. And at that point we'll make our left turn. So on the glide slope now, so we can start descending. If it's a 3 degree glide slope, we can use our distance to, our altitude to figure out how far away we are. So we're probably about just over 8 miles out if it's a 3 degree glide slope. Here comes the CDI. So we start turning towards I was a bit jerky with doing that. So we're now on the glide slope and the localizer, fairly well lined up. Obviously we can judge now if the wind is pushing us either side. just by adjusting it as we go. So that's 80 degrees. Let's just correct, yeah, there we go. So we had a little bit of drift on the directional gyro. I've just cheated to do this quickly. I pressed the D key. So we're above the glide slope at the moment and to the right of it. So we'll cut left. That was caused because this was slightly out. So we'll just take another 10 degrees on the compass and start descending. Now I'm descending obviously more quickly than you normally would because I'm catching up with the glide slope. So yeah, we've got another 10 degrees there, look, and started to go off to the left. So we'll put it back to 80 and just sit there for a while. Start descending again. Okay, let's turn to another 10 degrees. Localizer's coming in, glide slope's getting closer. So we'll go 5 degrees back the other way. We're just trying to judge it. So it does appear to be the wind is pretty much on our nose then. No, we are being pushed right. So a few degrees that way. So we're down to 1,500 feet. So 1,200 feet will be 4 miles out, if we're right. But I'm not sure what the airfield elevation is. So we just have to keep our eyes open. You can see the ground coming, or the coast, sorry. And we've gone off to the left. We're busy looking at the ground and not looking where we were going. Let's go to 90 degrees. Pull that back into the middle, and I think we're going to see the runway. It's right in front of us, look. You can just see it coming out of the wind now and again. And we have visuals. Hurrah! Turbulence the trees is kicking up is quite strong. Look at it kicking around, the airplane's being thrown all over the place. Started out as such a lovely sunny day, didn't it? Should we have a taxi round and have a look at the rest of the airport? See what's here. Come to Jersey. It's hammering down. There's a couple of big jets around. Oh look, there's another another PA38. I think we turn right here to go around the back. Whoops, nearly missed it. The wind is pushing us all over the place. There's a Hercules. Oh, is this where I should be parking over here? Hurrah! Okay. I didn't turn the radios off, did I? I better go and do that. Well, we had some weather to deal with today, didn't we? Let's go and have a look around. So what's down here? Some sort of major servicing place for business jets. No smoking. So I forget where I bought this version of Jersey from, but it's a good one. I think it might be Pilot Plus, I'm not sure. So yeah, you can look at that weather front. Oh my word! Is that the one we've just been through? Oh, no, there's more that way. Oh my word! We'll have to come back another day. Oh look, there's where we should have probably parked. This is the flying club look down the far end. We've gone and parked on the commercial traffic area, but this is the flying club parking. A variety of Cessnas, and there's a Robin, and it's an Orst. I thought it looked like an Orst. I haven't seen one of those in the simulator at all yet. Very cool. I'm going to go and relax and have a cup of tea and sit down and calm down. Yeah, to be honest, I was just being nosy, having a look around the airport, because I knew it was really nicely modelled, and people who haven't seen this Jersey scenery may not have seen this version of the airport. There's several versions of Jersey Airport available. This is one of the commercial ones. Just to give you an idea, we'll go and have a look around the buildings. I think it's got the interiors modelled, or maybe not. Oh, I thought maybe it did. Or maybe it's on the other building. Let's go and have a look. No, it would have been this one, wouldn't it? But then again, without having the interior modelled means the frame rate's going to be about 1,000% better, which is always good. Mind you, there's a lot of cars here, isn't there? It probably doesn't help the frame rate. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. We got here in one piece. Managed to park up in the middle of the commercial parking area. Probably been charged about 500 quid for doing so. And they're saying, you're in the wrong place, mate. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. Yeah, it might be UK 2000 actually. Yes, that makes sense. I've got several of their sceneries. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I think I got Guernsey from FlightSim.2 and Breku, and also I think Alderney was an Orbex, but obviously Orbex sell for other people. I don't think it's one of their own. It was somebody else made it. May have been oh crikey, I'm not going to think of their name at the moment. Yeah, I like to fly with live weather because then you get these unexpected things where you have to kind of break out some radio navigation tools to get you in. Obviously we had a little sight of it when you can see us weaving around to find the beam. But then once we got here, like you can see, as soon as we got visuals, it was actually quite straightforward. But we had some, yeah, they're saying the wind was pretty much in our face then, but it may not have been at the time when the storm came through. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And I'll see you again soon. Oh, here we go. Aerobatic display from somebody who's found me online. See you again soon. Take care.